In what has got to be the weirdest chapter of this saga, Niantic decided to bring back the gym changes to Australia, and it looks like the only tweaks that they did is that they reduced the number of tasks that you need to complete in order to get the 5 extra coins. Now I'm extremely disappointed by this, mainly because before we did see that they reverted these changes temporarily, and it looked like they were going to adjust the nerfs to the gym battling system. Unfortunately, that is not what ended up happening. We are still getting 2 Pokecoins per hour with gym battles, and that is a huge problem considering that that is such an impossible nerf. But in any case, yeah, I'm going to be talking about this in this video, and let's get started. How's it going, everyone? It's me, It's Count, here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today I'm going to be talking about what Niantic is currently doing with the Pokecoin system, and to be honest with you, I just feel like they just don't get it, and it looks like they're doubling down on the gym nerfs, and it's going to spell a lot of problems for Pokemon Go players who want to get free-to-play coins, especially right now with the quarantines that are going on right now. It's just impossible to get 50 coins with these new nerfs, and a lot of players are still pretty upset about it, and unfortunately they're just focusing on the wrong things when it comes to this Pokecoin rework. So to bring you guys up to speed on what's been going on, basically last week Niantic announced that they would be changing up the Pokecoin system in Pokemon Go. They would be allowing us to get 5 additional Pokecoins every day, and we can get these additional Pokecoins by completing a set of tasks. Now inherently there was nothing wrong with that, but the big caveat was that they were going to be nerfing down the number of Pokecoins we can get per hour from gyms, down from 6 per hour to 2 per hour. So naturally a lot of players were really unhappy with these changes. Players voiced their concerns, players gave a lot of backlash to these changes, but Niantic went ahead and started testing them in Australia anyway. But a few days after they started tests in Australia, they seemingly reverted these changes back. They made it so that the Pokecoins from gyms was back to what it was, and players were happy, they were satisfied. But then out of the blue, they brought these changes back, and it seems like the only thing they changed was that they reduced the number of tasks that you have to complete in order to get the 5 extra Pokecoins. The gym nerf is once again still there, so players are not able to get their 50 Pokecoins a day from gyms because the amount of Pokecoins you get from gym battling is detrimentally lower. So yeah, that's where we are now, and it just seems like Niantic is once again completely missing the mark with what their players want, with what their players need, and they are committing to moves that are just going to be really detrimental for the game in the long term. I'm absolutely frustrated by this because it just seems like Niantic can't get their act together. They can't make up their minds when it comes to what they want with this Pokecoin rework. It seems like they want to add 5 Pokecoins to the system in order to cover for the fact that they want to nerf down the gym battling system and how we get Pokecoins from gym battles so that we end up spending more money. Maybe this is a change that, to be honest with you, maybe this is a change that some of the higher ups have been wanting for a long time, and the design team couldn't think of a way to let it slide without getting a lot of backlash, so they came up with these 5 Pokecoins for tasks system. And of course, because they're adding 5 additional Pokecoins, they assume that the backlash wouldn't be as bad as it is. But it really is a bad backlash, and they just seemingly do not get it, and they are doubling down on these bad changes. So I'm really hoping that the community really speaks out, because we cannot have these changes implemented. It's going to be detrimental for the free-to-play community. It's going to be impossible to get 50 Pokecoins every single day unless you are grinding out hours and hours worth of gyms. Whereas before, the system was pretty well tuned. If you really wanted to get 50 50 Pokecoins every day, then all you had to do was dedicate a handful of hours, maybe not even in an hour, to get all of those gyms occupied. But because of COVID-19, it was already difficult enough to get your Pokemon knocked out. But right now, it just seems like Niantic is fully unaware of how their players are playing their game. And on top of that, early reports from Australia seem to indicate that spoofing activity has just skyrocketed and it's impossible to get coins to begin with. So I really don't understand why Niantic doesn't get these little things when it comes to getting Pokecoins from gyms. I really feel like they are completely out of touch with their own game, and they have no idea what works and what doesn't work in Pokemon Go, and that's starting to show itself within these changes. It just seems like the developers are completely out of touch. They're just unaware. It's just such a bad thing right now, and I'm just really frustrated and really hoping that these changes do get tweaked out. Honestly, if they are going to implement these nerfs, they have to do something better with these tasks. Simply getting 5 Pokecoins for a whole list of tasks is not going to cut it. They need to come up with something better. I honestly wouldn't mind if they brought the amount of Pokecoins we can get from tasks up to 10, so that we only have to worry about 40 Pokecoins from gyms or something like that. You know, I've been saying this for the last 2 videos. They need to give us alternatives. They can't just simply nerf down a system and add something completely new. It just doesn't work that way. Like, you have to make sure you finely tune it and balance it out. But right now, it's completely unbalanced. The amount of Pokecoins that we'll be getting from gyms is going to be a lot lower. And to get 5 extra Pokecoins a day, it's not going to make up for it. And on top of that, it is exactly what we feared. You do have to complete every single task that they give you in order to get the 5 Pokecoins a day. Honestly, I was a little bit skeptical about this because knowing Niantic, they sometimes word things very confusingly. So obviously I wanted to take it for a grain of salt. Maybe they will make it so that you only have to complete 1 or 2 tasks in order to get the 5 Pokecoins. But no, you have to complete a laundry list of tasks just to get the 5 Pokecoins. And to be honest with you, it just simply isn't worth it. It's going to require you to play really hardcore in order to get all 55 Pokecoins every day, and it's just really concerning. I'm really concerned about these changes and the impact it's going to have on Pokemon Go. I think it's going to be extremely negative. It's going to change the game for the worse, and I really think Niantic needs to listen to their community on this one, because they could end up seeing a bunch of players leaving in droves, or a lot of spoofers start to resurge. I think a lot of spoofers were pretty discouraged recently with a lot of the bans, and I really see this change bringing a lot more spoofers out of the woodwork, considering that it's already difficult enough to get your 50 Pokecoins a day because of COVID-19. How much more is it going to be now, and how much more is Niantic going to encourage spoofing because of these changes? So yeah, if you are a spoofer, I can't imagine you not spoofing because of these changes. Niantic is essentially shooting themselves in the foot here with these changes. If they want to see a drastic decline in spoofing, well, this is not going to help them. And on top of that, considering everyone's current situations, they're just making it so much harder for players rather than making it easier. And I just think this is going to set a bad precedent over all of the community, over the mainstream media regarding the game. It's going to get a lot of negative press, and I can't imagine that this will blow over anytime soon. I mean, we already saw some negative press from Eurogamer, and I can't imagine that there will be more once this feature goes live worldwide. So Niantic, if you're watching this, if you happen to be watching this, you really need to take a second look at these changes. Once again, nobody was asking for these changes. These are not changes that anybody asked for. Nobody was complaining that we are not getting enough Pokecoins, and nobody was saying that the gym battling system needed a rework in terms of how we get Pokecoins. You really have to pay attention to the community and what the community wants. And for us as a community, we need to speak out. We need to be harsh. We need to let them know that these changes are not welcome. We do not want these gym battling nerfs. We do not want any changes to how we get Pokecoins. If anything, we want improvements. And getting these 5 tasks would have been really great considering they did not have these nerfs in place with gym battling. Who knows, maybe they're going to take a good look at how things roll over in Australia. I can't imagine that players are really happy over there. I've been looking at Reddit and it just seems like a lot of the sentiment is completely negative, and I'm not surprised by any of that. To be honest with you guys, I really want to give Niantic the benefit of the doubt. They've been doing really good in terms of listening to their community, but I really feel like this whole thing has been a huge misstep, and I'm really concerned with how the company treats its monetization. Clearly, this is the one free-to-play method in Pokemon Go, and it looks like they want to hamper it down to encourage more sales. But I honestly think they are missing the point that anytime you go against consumer friendliness, it completely backfires on you, it completely blows up in your face, and they need to realize this because they're about to lose a lot of players, they're about to lose a lot of revenue by hurting the free-to-play aspect of the game. That's just naturally how it always goes. We've seen it so often in games from EA and Activision Blizzard and other mobile games where they draw away from consumer friendliness, they draw away from free-to-play models in order to encourage premium buys, and honestly, it's never worked out well for any of these games. A lot of them have died off because of these things, so we really have to be concerned with the direction that Niantic is taking. Something that I said in previous videos, it seemed like Niantic was starting to get a little bit more greedy. They were starting to tip the scales and make the game a little bit more imbalanced towards premium purchases. They had a really good formula before and it didn't need any fixing, and because of corporate greed, they could essentially kill their own game. So we as players have to be really concerned here. History has not been kind to greedy game developers, so Niantic really needs to take note from their own industry. These changes are a bad move. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video, everyone. I would really love to know your thoughts down below. Again, as a community, we need to voice our concerns, so make sure you're tweeting at Niantic, make sure you're letting them know that you do not want these changes, and definitely let me know below what you think about these changes. I know some of you have said that you don't mind these changes, mainly because you can still probably get your 50 Pokecoins a day, depending on how much you gym, but for a lot of players this is a really bad move, so I would love to know your thoughts. And yeah, I'm really disappointed that they brought these changes back after reverting them, and I would love to know your dissatisfaction as well. We'll just have to wait and see, but I'm going to continue covering this topic and hopefully I'll be able to provide you guys with some good news really soon here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. I am Count Jinsula, hoping for the best, and stay safe, and I'll catch you all later. How's it hanging, everyone? Before I end this video, I want to give a quick plug to my Patreon page. If you want to support this channel, I highly suggest you go and check out the link in the description below. Every little bit helps when it comes to these YouTube videos. So if you want to support this channel, if you love the content that I'm producing and you want to contribute, definitely go and check it out. I have a lot of nice perks, like if you want to be on my permanent friends list, or if you want to get exclusive content or participate in exclusive content that's coming soon, definitely go and check it out. And to all of my patrons, I thank you for supporting my channel. I really hope you enjoyed this video, everyone, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. Follow me on social media at Count Jinsula. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, have a great day. I'll catch you all later.